Abadoa Chi-Chi-Cho, Duel Commander, go, 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 Duel Commander on the way, Babadoa Chi-Chi-Che. Like and subscribe, please.
Abadoa Chi-Chi-Cho. This video is brought to you in part by Mana Traders. Mana Traders is the rental service I use so that I can bring you all of these different decks super easily. Playing a new deck on Magic Online is as simple as pasting in your list, clicking Rent Deck, accepting the trade. It pops right up. They'll send you the entire list. You just drop it into the trade, click Submit. The best part of all of this is that you can support the channel and get a discount on your subscription using promo code DuelCastMTG. Mana Traders, be a better player. Hello, Babadoa Chi-Chi-Cho. Welcome to another episode of Duelcast MTG. Our list today comes from Ian Heinig, very good duel player who I met at Duel Cup at MagicCon Vegas last year. He was playing Felia at the time and went to the finals. And then we got to get together again at MagicCon Atlanta, where he was still playing Felia top-aided. And then I got to see him this year at MagicCon Vegas, and he had Tinybones the Pickpocket with him. Ian loves monocolor decks, and he is, in my opinion, basically trying to play mono black Felia with this deck. And I think that's really cool. So we're going to be playing it today. I have changed not a single card, and talked to Ian a little bit about what the deck's trying to do. So I'm really looking forward to this. Tinybones the Pickpocket is a 1-mana 1/1 with Death Touch, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target non-land permanent card from their graveyard, and you can use mana of any color to cast it. Ian's description of this deck was discard their hand, kill their stuff, profit. And I think it does a really good job of that. And because we're mono black, we get a couple really powerful sideboard commanders. Tourach Dread Cantor against mono white, and Ian said often against the red white decks. If you don't know Tourach, he is a 2-mana 2/1 with kicker black. Whenever an opponent discards a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Tourach. And when he enters, if the kicker was paid, your opponent discards 2 cards at random. So protection from white is a big deal in some matchups, obviously. And then if you cast him for kicker, he hymns to himself, him to Tourach. And then we've got Sheoldred for some of the blue decks, like Spider-Man 2099, Lear, Kefka, and Atraxa. So basically the tap-out control decks. I think probably 2099 because Sheoldred doesn't die to the trigger. After that, we are just playing the mono black stuff. A lot of discard, Dread Fugue, a card I really don't like but makes a lot of sense in this deck in particular. Duress, Inquisition, Mind Twist, let's go. Thoughtseize, Cruel Claws Heist. This one's a cool one. It's 2 black, and they reveal their hand, and you exile it. You can gift them a card, and if the gift was paid, you can cast that card using mana of any value as long as it remains exiled. Deep Cavern Bat, Hymn to Tourach, Liliana of the Veil, Palaka Predation. This is a 3-mana Thoughtseize for a card with CMC 3 or greater, but it's also a tapped land. Grief and Unmask. And then we're mono black. We've got a lot of removal. If Near Deadlands is a land I had not seen before, it taps for a colorless, or you can pay a life for a black mana. For 2 and a black, tap it. You can sack a desert, aka it, and put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature and opponent controls at sorcery speed. Blood Chief's Thirst, Cut Down, Fatal Push, March of Wretched Sorrow, Requiting Hex, Heartless Act. In our go for the throat, shoot the sheriff slot, I think this one makes a lot of sense. Happy to not see go for the throat after my last video with Urtai, where we ran into Affinity and I was just so sad. Long Goodbye, Orcish Bowmasters, Sheoldred's Edict, Sickening Shoal. We've got some Necro stuff going on, so Sickening Shoal, March, and there's a Soul Spike in here as well. Make a lot of sense. Sudden Edict is a card I think black decks should be playing more. Just the Edict effect at instant speed with split second is really good. Dismember, Force of Despair, Liliana the Last Hope. We've got both 3-mana lilies. It makes me happy. Toxic Deluge, Fell the Profane, Flare of Malice, great card. Snuff Out, Contagion. Contagion, you can pay a life and exile a black card from your hand, and you distribute 2 -2/-1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures. Free removal is great. Harvester of Misery. This is the card I lost to at Cool Stuff Con Dallas against Jesse playing Glarb. He Harvester of Misery'd me, and I died. And then the aforementioned Soul Spike. We've got some nice mana denial in this deck. Dust Bowl, Rishadan Port. Disruptor Flute I put in here because when their commander costs 3 more, they don't get to use their mana. Sinkhole and Winter Moon. We've got Grave Hate, Cling to Dust, which is just a really good cantrip. Ghost Vacuum, we're an Urza Saga deck. Douthie Voidwalker, Emperor of Bones, Boggart Trawler, and Graveyard Trespasser, which is really nice in this deck to beat up their graveyard, drain them. If they want to kill it with targeted removal, they have to discard a card. We've got Recursion, we're mono black. Takanuma, Malakir Rebirth is really nice in this deck. Unearth, Animate Dead, and Agadeem's Awakening. Ian is playing a lot of MDFCs, and I think I love it. Tutors, Profane Tutor. I'm not exactly sure what we want to get with this. It's probably Necro Dominance most of the time, but we'll see if and when this comes up. Urza Saga, which I mentioned, and Demonic Tutor. Some good other ways to draw cards. Castle Lochthwain, Dark Confidant, Necro Dominance, Creature of the Schism, great card. A 2/4 for 3, and whenever it attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life, you create a 1/1 life-linking vampire, and whenever he attacks while you have the most life or are tied for the most life, you draw a card and lose a life. I think this card is a low-key banger. Elegy Acolyte, 2 and 2 black for a 4/4 with lifelink. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Tinybones having Death Touch is really nice for this. And it has Void. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, that won't come up, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Fast mana. Ian loves fast mana, and I agree. We've got City of Traders, Crystal Vein, Phyrexian Tower, and Culling the Weak. And then good stuff. Skateboard for our Saga package. Moon Shadow grows fast. Nethergoyf is a beater. Umezawa's Jite. Ian loves Jite, and I think it's pretty good when you have a Death Touch creature. Withering Boon for our counterspell. Barrogoyf as one of the most broken combat objects maybe ever printed. And Unstoppable Slasher. You know, when it dies, it comes back with stun counters, and it just hits them for half their life total. Tech lands, Accursed Duneyard is really cool. This regenerates Tinybones. Hive of the Eye Tyrant for a manland to get the game over with. Realm of Ko to make little idiots. And Shizo to get Tinybones through with fear and steal from their graveyard. Then we have 24 lands that make mana, including Gemstone Caverns. 17 basic swamps. No Witch's Cottage in this deck. To put a creature back on top, but we're only playing like 17 creatures, so I think that makes plenty of sense. So, with all that said, this is Ian's Tinybones the Pickpocket, Ian's Mono Black, and let's go duel.
Let's duel.
Oh. All right, round number 1, we're on the draw against Spider-Man 2099. I like the Ghost Vacuum and the Disruptor Flute. I'm going to keep this. We have lands to play the game. Blood Chief's Thirst is also nice. I'm going to lead on the Tinybones. Tiny Bone! No! Lightning Bolt! All I wanted to do was steal your bones! I'm going to be saying that a lot. I guess I could have waited on that in Malakir Rebirth. All right, I'm going to upkeep this Disruptor Flute. If they go to cantrip at end step, I'll jam it then. All right, they didn't. They spell snare our flute. You got it. I'm going to rip a Barrogoyf into play. Put a land into the graveyard here. Goyf. Ah! Barrogoyf. Barrogoyf. Days, no! Alright, well, that's rough. Next turn I'll try just Big Tourach, I guess. They stock up. That day sucked! Do it. This land. Cast Tourach with kicker. That's in. We'll him to Tourach you. We got a remand and a memory lapse. Cool. Peek. You peeping Tom, Spider-Man. Yeah, so if you want to kill Tourach, you have to do it now before I have the rebirth. Red in the pool. Now blue-red in the pool. Here's Spidey. No Wild Ride. That's nice. I'm going to Inquisition them before I go for this Blood Chief's Thirst. Brazen Borrower, Archmage's Charm, Dread Horde. I think I want the Charm. They don't have blue, but that's okay. This grows Tourach. We kill Spidey. Because I don't mind recasting Tourach. We'll put our Ghost Vacuum into play, go to combat, and attack for 5. Pass. The Ghost Vacuum turns off their Dreadhorde Arcanist. Ooh, Culling the Weak. It's not really anything right now, but it's still fine. Combat, attack for 5. Petty Theft coming. You got it. Recast Tourach with kicker. Ah, you found a counter for it. Stern Scalding. Yeah, bummer. Alright, pass. I guess I should have taken the Brazen Borrower. Whatever. Here's Spidey again. End step. I'll take... I think it's stock up. Realm of Co's. That makes blockers. Or I can just make Spider-Man an 0-1. Kinda into that. Yeah, let's make Spider-Man an 0-1. Alright, pass. Opal Palace. Dread Horde, you got it. End step. Let's take Lightning Bolt. Demonic Tutor, you say? I will cast that card. I like that card. What do I want? I think I want Urza Saga. Is there something better than Urza Saga to take? I don't think so. I'm going to grab the Saga, play it as my land for turn, and pass. Here comes Borrower. That deals damage. Combat, they get to attack for 1. Attack for 4. I'm dumb. Dreadhorde will target Peak. I will exile it in response. All right, we go to 10. Any removal spell for the Brazen Borrower is pretty nice. Elegy Acolyte. You have lifelink, but that takes me off Saga, which I'm not super interested in. So let's cast Tinybones. Bones, they're tiny. Do I play this as a land? No, because I'll use it to kill... I'll kill the Dreadhorde and Malakir Rebirth. I go to 5? Is that good? Yeah, I have a lifelinker in hand. Quarry Mountain, you got it. Quarry Mountain Monastery is a hell of a land. Untimely Malfunction. Spell or ability with a single target. Untimely Malfunction's pretty annoying here. Squelcher. Sure. Not a counterspell deck. Coming in with both creatures. I'll make a construct. It's only a 2/2. Whatever. Oh, I forgot to frickin'... they can't cast Spell Snare anyway. I'll just take 4 here. This has been very sloppy. Untimely Malfunction kills the Ghost Vacuum. I'll eat their Archmage's Charm. Spider-Man has no power, so I don't care about that. Sure. Let's make a construct. Get the Skateboard. Skateboard will tap down Spider-Man. I don't want them blocking and recasting. I will pay the 2 life, going to 4. Oh, I'm dead on board. What am I doing? I can't put this lifelinker into play because I decided not to do that. Well, I can put it into play. They don't have a thing for me to cast. Put Tourach back in. I think I've done very, very poorly here. Oh, I can put Barrogoyf back in. Barrogoyf is a 7/7. Let's go to combat. I don't know how they kill a Barrogoyf. Yeah, I'll attack with Tinybones. Unearth was great. I forgot Barrogoyf was in the graveyard. I would like to mill, and we whiff. Now what? I could go Culling the Weak on Construct. No, I'll Culling the Weak, Tinybones, and cast this Elegy Acolyte. Have another lifelinker in play, pass the turn. And I didn't... Well, I forgot to play the land again, but make a robot. Feeling pretty good here. They're at 3. I have a 4/4 lifelinker. I'm at 11. I have played really, really poorly, but drawn insane. So can't complain. Quarry Mountain finds a land. They'll come in for 3, as is their right. I'll him to Tourach. They're 1 card left. And it was a misdirection. Go to combat, attack with everyone. They have 3 blockers. We have 5 attackers. That should do it. Hey, all right. Well, not a clean game, but a win nonetheless. So Ian said to sideboard into Sheoldred for this matchup. So that's what I'm going to do. This is a mulligan. This is a keep, and I will put the Soul Spike back. It is annoying that all 3 of these spells 2-for-1 us. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this. Too late. Cut down is nice. That kills Spider-Man. So now let's grief you. Pitching Unmask. And they brainstorm to hide the goods. Good play. All right, grief resolves. These are both annoying because I would like to resolve Sheoldred. I'll just take the Wash Away. Tail's End is much more narrow, since Wash Away is also just cancel. Opal Palace. That takes it out of cut down range. Dust Bowl. Tail's End does stop Dust Bowl. Opal Palace is really annoying there. Did I know about that and just wasn't looking at their lands? Yeah. Arena of Glory. Tapped. If they go for like the full hasty Spider-Man send, I can just Force of Despair. We drew Castle Lochthwain. That can start drawing cards eventually. They are not going to tap out, which is rude. Swamp Go. Yeah, I really don't want to get Stone Rained on the Dust Bowl. At least not yet. Although it does... No, it doesn't kill the Opal Palace because they Tails End it. Right. Gets the Tails End out of their hand. Stocking up. Sure. Ooh, be tapped out of Tails End for this turn. No, they just find a land here. I'll Castle Lochthwain and lose 4 life. Still fine. Yep, there's their land drop. End step, I will draw. Tails End this. Tails End this. Tails End it. No. Ooh, Sinkhole. Sinkhole's good. Ooh, and Requiting Hex. Very nice. Sinkhole your arena. I should have Sinkholed the Opal Palace. And then I'll pass. They fetch. Sinkhole, baby. They surveil off of Thundering Falls. 6 cards in hand. We know 3 of them are interaction, one of which ends, could get over the line for damage, but doesn't currently super matter. How big is this Nethergoyf? Not very. 2/3. It dies to Lightning Bolt, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to Dust Bowl their Opal Palace in upkeep. And if they want to Tails End that possibly clears the way for Sheoldred. They bolt my face. You're allowed. I could Dust Bowl now. I don't think there's a real difference. Snapcaster. Snap Bolt Snap, you say? That's annoying. Okay, so this puts us to 9. Wait, yeah. Okay, so now I can Dust Bowl their Opal Palace. I should have sacked the Takanuma. All right, so now we can cut down Spidey. Good, good, good. Do I want to Hex this thing? I'll cut it down. I think saving the 2 points of life matters. Here's Spidey. I'll cut him down, or I'll Hex him. They have a Daze. Do I go all in on Force of Despair here? Nethergoyf's a 4/5. That's fine. We get shot for 2. Go to 7. Oh, the Ifnir thing again. Nice. Here's another Goyf. They can Tails End the Ifnir thing, but then we get to resolve Sheoldred. I'm into this. Yeah, I'm into this. Do you want to Tails End it? I have a blocker to stay alive. They do. Now we can maybe get Sheoldred in here. We know they have a Galvanic Discharge. Tapped Steam Vents. Replay their Thundering Falls. This deck is fun. I love playing Mono Black. Flame Slash. Milled over. Here comes Spidey. I will block. Now they'll Discharge. Nethergoyf will die. That was bad. I'm hoping to just resolve Sheoldred. I think we lose now. Oh no, they're Brain Surging. Yeah, you got it. Save yourself the 4 life. Makes sense. All right, Shishi's in there. Let's go. Shishi. I am 5 minutes behind on clock. Is there a Phoenix in the graveyard? No. Opera Love Song. Okay. This is like a Ren's Resolve type deal. What did you find? You found a land. You found 2 lands. So Spider-Man will trigger. Here's a Squelcher. Don't care. And then a Party Thrasher. Okay. So they're going to try to just Spider-Man me with the triggers. But I'll gain 2 life here. Graveyard Trespasser. That's a blocker. I can also Castle Lochthwain here. That's 2 life. I don't think I'm interested in Dust Bowling them. Do the Trespasser. Do you have any creatures in your graveyard? Oh, I can Eternalize Nethergoyf as well. You have a Snapcaster Mage. So we drain them. Then I think I just Eternalize the Nethergoyf for a blocker. Land, instant, sorcery, creature. The Goyf will be small and can die to Spider-Man's trigger, but it gets to... Oh no, it's a 2/3 still. Nice. I'm not going to attack. They get to Party Thrash. They pitch a Mistrise Village. That card is not very good right now. They exile Wild Ride, sucks, and Sokenzan. They haven't cast the Wild Ride yet. Block, Block. I could just chump with Nethergoyf. I'll just chump with Nethergoyf here. I don't want Spider-Man to die and then they get to Wild Ride him. It's only triggering for 2. Shoots me in the face. Withering Boon's not what I'm looking for. I can Castle Ifnir. Or Castle Lochthwain, whatever. Ooh, Contagion. That doesn't kill their Party Thrasher. I can't attack with the Trespasser. Everything has Ward 2. I'll pass. Actually, I can attack with the Trespasser. They have 1 card in hand. I think I just pass. Yeah, I'll just pass. They messaged me, FU ... Oh, I think they're trying to... Oh, I think they misclicked on the Wild Ride. That would make sense. Castle Vantress, Scry 2. You got it. I guess I could just start... I don't want to sack my lands to Dust Bowl. Sheoldred triggers, Party Thrasher triggers. I exile Peak and Flame of Anor. Flame of Anor's annoying. I'm at 7. Oh, Flame of Anor's really good here, and Party Thrasher's a wizard. So they get to kill Sheoldred and draw 2. Oh, but Contagin's a counter. Why did I do this? They're gonna Peak. You're allowed. Did they cast Peak instead of Flame? Because Party Thrasher, you only get to cast 1, right? Yeah, you only get to play 1. So they took themselves off Flame. They're gonna Mystic Confluence. They have to discard a card for the Trespasser. They discard Counterspell. They're Hellbent. So this cost me 4 life. I go to 2. Or, this ward is annoying. Okay, wait. I think I get rid of the Withering Boon. I'm not going to be able to pay that 3 life. I'll pay the 4 going to 2. They can hit me for 1 down to 1. So if they find a shock here, I die. But these no longer have power. Soul Spike here would be sick. Spider-Man triggers and deals no damage. Duress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I can't do both of those anyway. I will start by duressing them. What is that in your hand? A 4 spike. Okay. Not nothing. You're Sheoldred. And I'll pass. We have to fade this turn, and then I think I'm feeling mostly stable. This direction. They did not find a burn spell. Nice. And they can't use the Otawara because it's a discard. They play their island. They do have the Quarry Mountain. Spidey deals no damage. Nice. All right, we're gaming. Gain my 2 life. Play my land. Play my Trespasser. I should have tapped the Dust Bowl. They're going to scry 2. I'm going to exile my own Nethergoyf to gain the life. Yeah, I'm going to exile my own Nethergoyf. I am under 5 minutes on clock, so we kind of have to win this game. They go to 3. Party Thrash. If they play a creature, we have the Force of Despair. Is it a Ghost Fire Slice? It's an Intuition. That seems bad for me. I think we probably lose to that, right? Ghost Fire Slice, Phoenix, Command. I think I have to give him the Phoenix? I should have given... Yeah, no, I have to give him the Phoenix. Oh, a Barking Dog. They Phoenix onto Spidey. That is not playing anything out of exile. Okay, so that's 4 damage. So if I Castle Lochthwain, I gain 2, lose 1. No, because I tapped wrong. The tapping. I never tap properly. Alright, I'm dead. GG. Dang it. Alright, I mean, I don't think I can ever win in the time I have left. I don't even know what that would look like. And on the play, I'm not going back to Tinybones. Alright, I'm just going to play fast and see. Urza Saga might be like the only way I can do that. So I'll go Swamp, Saga, Deep Cavern Bat. Maybe it's Dark Confidant. Saga is actually the way I can win in under 4 minutes. Swamp, pass. Probably should have used a fetch land in case of a stifle effect. Urza Saga, Bat, fetch and response, and Spell Snare. F6. Agadeem's Awakening does nothing here. Alright, we didn't get stifled. We would have been ruined. Construct, Skateboard, tap down one of your lands, play our land, equip to the construct that can attack. They Brazen Borrow it, that sucks. Back for 2 and pass. And now Spider-Man just kills this construct. We have lost. Spidey has haste. We get bonked for 4. They kill the construct. I tapped through, or clicked through what I was trying to do, but that's fine. Play the Agadeem's Awakening, going to 11. Cast Sheoldred, pass. Shishi's in there. They pass. We long goodbye with Sheoldred trigger on the stack. Spidey dies. Always yield. Combat. I forgot to equip Skateboard. Whoopsie. That was really bad. That does change the clock. Play a tapped land and pass. We can discard the Harvester to stop their Spidey trigger. All right, thank you for fetching. That puts it back to a 2-turn clock. And here's the Brazen Borrower. That's fine. They're going to go to 8 here. I can kill the Brazen Borrower. I don't think that's better than minusing on Spider-Man. They ponder. So I have my finger like on the 1 key right now to pass priority, and that's when I start like really clicking through stuff. They get drained again. I'm at 13. We've got a chance. You're saying there's a chance. You're going to haste up Spider-Man. You got it. Combat, I will discard the Harvester on Spidey. He's a 0-1. We're attacking with him anyway. You will be able to block Shishi, which is annoying. We go to 10, trigger, nothing happens. Sheoldred trigger. Oh my god, I did it again. Gotta get it together. I could have gone Tourach plus skateboard there. Oh my gosh. I keep clicking through. So if they have a lightning bolt, they get to kill Sheoldred and save Spider-Man. They don't. Nice. End of combat. Play our land. Do the thing I would have liked to have done already. And kick Tourach. I tap too much mana. They have a Stern Scolding. I will use that floating mana for a Dark Confidant that their Spider-Man can just kill. Whatever. Game should be over. Game should be over. I missed a damage by not equipping. I just didn't cast Tourach. It's fine. Everything's fine. But yes, this game, I should have already won this game. If I weren't just like playing super fast and being a dum-dum. This Tourach plus skateboard. Oh, well, they had the Stern Scolding. Never mind. But they should also be at 3. I'm catching up on clock. Something. Phoenix. You got it. Our Confidant. Got an Unearth. Sheoldred trigger. Unearth cast on Tourach, even though it should have been the Deep Cavern Bat. Skateboard on Tourach. Combat. Declare attackers. Attack with all. They only have 1 blocker. Did we do it? Because when they draw, Sheoldred will drain them. Did we do it? I'm about to have a heart attack. My heart rate. My little heart rate. Combat damage? No! Ghost Fire Slice on Tourach. Cast the Emperor. Nope, I lost the mana. All right. If they can't kill Sheoldred and upkeep, we win. I'm the best! I'm the best! We won. I had so little time on the clock. I'm the best! That was so stressful. Ian, why did I blame you, Ian, for my heart rate? GG's opponent.
Hey, some of you may know that I'm an author. This is my first novel that came out in 2018 from Lanternfish Press out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, The Vampire Gideon Suicide Hotline and Halfway House for Orphan Girls. This is a dark comedy about mental health in which a vampire runs a suicide hotline. People call and say how hard life is. His response is that being dead isn't really great. This book comes with heavy trigger warnings. Please find them online. But if you're liking the content, you may like it. There's a link in the description. Thanks so much.
All right, round number 2. We're on the play against Tasigur. Cannot keep this hand, so I'll mulligan. This looks better. So now what I didn't ask Ian is, do I lead on Tinybones or Duress? But because I have the Unearth, it's going to be Tinybones. Tinybones! Here to steal your bones! Sickening Shoal can kill Tasigur. It'll cost us many cards, but can do it. Ooh, Sheoldred's Edict. That is better at killing Tasigur. I'll duress you. Oko? Oko. Oh my god, and we can maybe steal that Oko. I played a league with Gev, Scaled Scorch, that I was able to steal an Oko. Oh, they have the Stubborn Denial for it. So I can just wait a turn. It will be hard to steal things from their graveyard, though, because they'll delve them away to Tasigur. It's annoying. They Surveil. What a permanent I can cast in the graveyard. The land. Makes sense. All right. I think I try to cast Oko anyway and make them use their Stubborn Denial on it. Here to steal your Planeswalker's bones. Oko, Thief of Grounds. Oh, wow. That feels great, though. Make them counter their own spell. That's kind of sick. This is kind of sick. I'm about it. They Surveil again. Now Tasigur can come down. I can Force of Despair and try to cast... Well, they're going to exile Oko. I think I'll just dump the Sickening Shoal to Force of Despair. Keep chipping in here. Tapped land. Yeah, they left a land in their graveyard. So I'll Force of Despair, pitching, Sickening. And you're the one that regenerates Tinybones, so maybe I just attack and regenerate them? Looks like they're thinking of countering the Force of Despair. Can't be Force of Negation, can't be Misdirection. It could be Daze or Force Spike or something. But we know 4 of their 5 cards. We know 3 of their 5 cards. All right, Tasigur is deceased. Tight. Culling the Week. That might be good later. Or I just cycle off this Unearth at their end step if they don't do anything. Yeah, they're at 15. Tinybones with his little switchblade. Just giving you a little poke. And then right after that, a little poke. All right, let's cycle off this Unearth. See if we can get something good. It's just a land, but I don't mind a land. Now something good. That's not it. Combat. Yeah, here's another little poke. So they can go Cryptic Command at end step, bounce Tinybones, draw a card. Seems good. Did not know about this Reflecting Pool. The problem is, like, if they just resolve Hullbreaker Horror, I'm so cooked. I wish they'd done that to save the 1 damage, but that would have been bad. Prismatic Vista, didn't know about that one. I guess I can Edict the Hullbreaker. They fetch. They're at 13, baby! 1-drops in the command zone are so good. Here's Tasigur again. So do I want to Edict him? I think I do. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Tasigur dies. Noise. That is less removal for the Hullbreaker. That is really good removal for the Hullbreaker. I will not have enough mana to recast their... Okay, so they still have a land drop, so Hullbreaker can come down next turn, but then we can hopefully kill it. And then I'm a mana away. Oh, I can actually just attack, see if they block, and then regenerate Tinybones. This is sick. I do have 5 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll see if I draw land, because if I draw land, I can just snuff out Hullbreaker, recast it, but they decide to do nothing. I think probably makes sense. All right, we found the land, and we'll give them another poke. What a skeleton we have. The problem is this is just, like, not significant pressure whatsoever. Fatal Push. Let's regenerate him. Oh, they have a Hex, too. Fine. We lose our bones. Anybody's putting in work, though. Tapped land, and they pass. Love to draw something good here. Cast your Hullbreaker. Let me snuff it out. No. Agadeem's Awakening. That's fine to bring Tinybones back. Tinybones! Oh my god, we're back in there. He's such a tiny rapscallion. All right, let's snuff you out. Forgot Hullbreaker had flash. Now they'll just cast Tasigur, and then we're, like, kind of in trouble. Although I guess Tinybones does wall him. But then they get to start activating and getting cards. Need to draw something good here. Not sure what. Flare of Malice? Nope. And I'll just pass the turn here, because this gives fear. I always think that Shizo is first strike, which would be bananas with this. Let's have the Creeping Tar Pit that just will eventually kill us. All right, they're just chilling. Big spell time. Preacher's good. I'll cast it. What do you regenerate? Do you regenerate vampires? Oh, this thing regenerates vampires too. That's tight. Attack. See if they want to trade. I will accept a trade here, and I will not regenerate. Looks like they're activating their tar pit. No, they're doing something else. Stop doing things. They did stop doing things. Oh my gosh, they listened. Cool. Poke ya. Poke ya pass. I imagine this is just a Tasigur activation. Yeah, annoying. I'll give them the Abrupt Decay, because Drown in the Lock is also a counterspell. If they decay Tinybones, we let it die, but they go for the one I didn't want them to do. Abrupt Decay does not say cannot be regenerated. So funny how kill spells used to have to say cannot be regenerated, because that was like a thing, and now they don't bother because they're like regenerate. And you can regenerate stuff. Activating Tasigur. That's just give him the Dismember. I have the Agadeem's Awakening. Are you gonna pay life for this? You are. Okay. Wish they would mill over some permanents so we could steal their bone. We're at 8. It's not a ton of life. And then they Edict Tinybones. No to Command Zone. I want to try to Agadeem them. If this gets countered, we're in pretty bad shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to bring them both back. All right, we got both our creatures back in. Do I march Tasigur here? They can recast him for so little. It's fine. They have 4 cards, and we know one of them... No, they used the ones we gave them. Well, you can't have your frog. I know that. You can't currently... Do I give them frog? Yeah, because I can kill it. It doesn't kill either of my creatures, and I can kill it. Frog. They have 4 cards, but I have to deal it 6. They're still not interested in getting in with the tar pit. All right, so now we only have to deal it 5. Frog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, crap. Wait, I only have to deal it 5. Let's kill your frog. They go Tainted Pack. Okay. Oh, I tapped my Regenerate land. They put Remand into their hand. Okay, sure. So, I think I just march it again. 1. Wait, how does this work? Cast with additional costs. Frog. Culling the Weak is what we're exiling. And then we tap the rest of our mana. Oh no, X is currently 4. Well, if they want to discard their whole hand here, I think I'm low-key okay with it. Okay, they are going to discard it all to Frog. I'm going to attack with both of my creatures. We draw Deep Cavern Bat. They block the Preacher with Tasigur. Tinybones triggers, and I pass. Why did you fly your frog? Didn't seem... Oh no, they discarded to it. We go to 10, they draw a card. They can bring Tasigur back. Stupid math. Math is so hard. Tasigur's back. They activate. I'll give them the bargain. I'll cast the bargain. Oh, they long goodbye. Crud. Malakir Rebirth. That doesn't do much yet. Let's go bat here. Now the bargain. I have a dog to let into the house. Let's take their Demcon. Yeah, I'll take their Demcon and pass. I can block the frog and Malakir Rebirth. And they misstep. Right, they have a misstep. They misstep the Rebirth. Damage. We take 4, gain 1, so we take 3 total. Now we have Saga Constructs with Skateboard. And I can dismember. Okay. Tap down their Tar Pit with the Skateboard. And attack for lethal. They can activate Tasigur twice. I think this game is over if they, instead of like really zone in on activating Tasigur, if they just attack a couple times with the Tar Pit. They have a Demonic Consultation, so you can name something and kind of like hope, but I think it's better to just activate Tasigur first. They are going Demonic Consultation. Does it tell me what they name? They reveal Archmage's Charm. Okay, that's annoying. Frog is too big to dismember. I'll dismember my own construct and then die on the crackback. Think we're dead? Yeah, we're dead. They're hellbent, but now they can activate Tasigur. And they just have the Creeping Tar Pit. But they haven't done that yet. All of the cards they have are annoying. I'll give them the Cremate. But now they can just kill me with the frog. I'm dead in like a bunch of different ways, but this has been a great game of Magic. All they have to do is juice up the Tar Pit and fly the frog. Okay, GG. So this is another one where I want to sideboard into Sheoldred, which is interesting that we've done it twice already. It makes me think, you know, why not just play Sheoldred? But Tinybones is sick. So, keeping this for sure. We get to Thought Seize them and then cast Sheoldred a turn ahead of schedule. Brain Surge, Consult. I don't care about Long Goodbye. Sync is probably the most annoying. Take the Sync. Oh, and now I get to Inquisition them too. That's kind of tight. So now it's an interesting choice between Consult and Brain Surge. It's Consult because Brain Surge, they have to draw cards, whereas Consult, they put them into their hand. So they're pretty flooded here. And if they don't draw a counterspell, we just get to Sheoldred, which would be pretty cool. Dismember is a clean answer to Tasigur. Here he is. So they are tapped out. Long Goodbye doesn't kill Shishi. And let's cast him. Oh, they have a Subtlety. Frick. No, I want him on top. Nope. Okay. Top. Drawing Subtlety there is pretty good. Pretty good. Shishi. He found a Memory Lapse. He goes back on top, and we repeat the turn. Dreamroot Cascade. So we know their hand. And it's not good. Shishi. Dismember Tasigur. And pass. Going to 5. Why won't you let me do it that way? What is happening? What's happening? I want to dismember this jerk. And they'll activate in response. I'll give them the Memory Lapse I no longer really care about. I guess I could have given them Remand. All right, but Sheoldred's in there. They're going to Thought Seize me. You can have either. Neither of them super matter now. All right. We gain 2. Toxic Deluge. Not super what I'm looking for. Attack you for 4, pass. We basically just need Sheoldred to hold the whole game now. Here's Tasigur. I gain 2 life. We Heartless Act. Destroy target creature with no counters. Destroy Tasigur. That was a phenomenal draw. Thank you, Ian, for playing Heartless Act. Although, either of the other flex slots there would have probably done it too. But still, thank you, Ian, for playing Heartless Act. All right, so they're at 3. Sheoldred is a hell of a card. GG. Holy cow. Yeah, let's run that back. The City of Traders there was insane, and then also them not having a hard counterspell for Shishi was important. I really like this hand, but it doesn't have as many lands as I would like. I'm gonna try it and hope that we just draw lands. Why is my dog groaning at me? A mulligan to 5. So I'm gonna lead on this Inquisition, and then I'll go unmask, suspend, Profane Tutor. Or I might just unmask them now and pitch the Profane Tutor. They Surveil. Which of these cards do I like the least? Probably Remand. Yeah, I'll take their Remand. And then I am gonna unmask them here. Or I just Mind Twist. They already have so few cards. And I'm gonna take this Thought Scour. Like, if they want to pick up their only land. Oh no, I played the wrong freaking land. Oh my god. I needed to play... they missed their land drop. I needed to play the Hive of the Eye Tyrant so I could just go Barrogoyf here. So dumb. I'll actually cast the Slasher, though. Profane Tutor goes off. Do I just grab City of Traders? City of Traders around days? Although it does disappear. I might just get Urza Saga. Yeah, Urza Saga, and then Barrogoyf around days. Winter Moon also seems really good. I'm going to get the Saga. Cut down is a brick in this matchup. And here's a Barrogoyf that you cannot daze. Looks like they might be Sauron's Ransom in response. Yeah. I can give them Ponder or 3 lands. I'll just show them Ponder, because their hand sucks. So, you basically always want to take the 3 cards. Yeah, so they took their 3 lands, which I am fine with. We've got a Barrogoyf going, Urza Saga ticking up. Pretty happy about the way things are going at the moment. Their hand is Daze, 3 lands, and a... All right, so Tasigur's going to come in. You shrink my Goyf. You do shrink my Goyf. I only have sorceries? That stinks. Yeah, Barrogoyf maybe wasn't great. Tinybones! And I'll pass. In this game, do I want to grab Skateboard or do I want to grab Ghost Vacuum? They stock up. That's really good. They are now beating us on cards after getting Thoughtseize twice. Maybe I should have just given them the Ponder and a land. I don't know. End step, we'll activate Saga. And the Saga going to grave will grow the Barrogoyf by 2. Necrodominance, that one's good. It's not better than making all these constructs, but it is good. Skateboard taps down Tasigur. They Tails End the Skateboard. Annoying. Annoying. I'll just give the Goyf +1/+0 then, and attack with my Death Touch creatures. I would like to mill 5 cards, pick up Emperor of Bones, and then pass. Just hoping not to get Jaced here. Oh, I think that's what's happening, though. No. Oh my god, they wiped the board. Ooch. That's pretty good. They have Daze, so I have to play around that. Cast the Emperor. They drown it in the lock. Okay, I pass. Yeah, I can't do anything, so I'll pass. Oko, that one's good. They get in for 4. I'll Deluge for 5 here. Yeah, I'll Deluge for 5. They have a Force of Negation on the hard cast, and Cut Down's a brick. I hate Cut Down. Can't help it. I hate it. So now I get bonked for 7 down to 5. Yikes. I think we've lost. Maybe I shouldn't have given them those 3 lands and just... I was feeling so overconfident. Oh, wait. No, don't yield! You can cut down the... I can't cut down their Elk either. Ugh. Cut down sucks. City of Traders. I will cast Shishi. They have a counterspell. I could have cast 2 creatures instead. Now I'm dead. GG's. Dang. I should have double spelled on that turn. I should have gone Slasher and the other thing. Oh well.
This is my latest book, My Therapist Says This Grief Journal is a Good Idea, that was released in March of 2025 by Lanternfish Press. This is a dark comedy about family trauma that explores how important dogs are to the healing process. It is the literal grief journal of a man in his mid-20s whose father had tragically passed away, learning to grieve. It also comes with trigger warnings, but please consider checking it out. Link in the description below. Thanks.
Right. Round number 3 on the draw against Ellivere. I have only ever seen one person play this deck, is my friend Mike, and I don't think I like this hand. It's just Hate Bears, and then you buff him up with Ellivere. Toxic Deluge seems terrible for him, so keep it. I do want to counter Ellivere. Put back the skateboard. So let's go Swamp Tinybones. This seems like a great Tinybones matchup, though. I don't know what this person's list looks like, but Mike's is like a ton of dumb little Hate Bears and Mana Dorks and stuff, and you just, killing them and stealing them with Tinybones seems very strong. They go Lush Portico. I just wanna steal your bones, E-I-E-I-O. Wild growth is fine with me. Voice of victory. So we push here, and we push there. Here a push, there a push, everywhere a push. Tinybones. God, if Tinybones stole lands, it would be too much, but be sick. All right, so they'll get their Ellivere, but you don't really want to cast Ellivere without creature to enchant. All right, they do nothing. You might play some flash creatures. Combat, attack you. Eladamri's Call. Sure. They got a Bright Glass Gearhulk. I will Withering Boon that and then Animate Dead on it. I wonder if they're playing like a Brigid deck masquerading as Ellivere. The mono black counterspell. So I can Animate Dead on that and steal their Voice of Victory. Seems pretty good. Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor, you say? So let's go Animate Dead on your Gearhulk. And they just scoop it up to that. Yeah, makes sense. Pretty far behind at that point. I don't even know what I was going to get, but I probably should have sided into Tourach. I'm going to keep this Gemstone, get rid of the fetch land, and then turn 1 just go Tinybones Moonshadow. So depending on how this game goes, I will think about siding into Tourach. Oh, Ocelot Pride. Okay. I think I'm probably incentivized to double block that. I could also just suspend a Profane Tutor, but I don't really love the prospect of playing against this Ocelot Pride. A Utopia Sprawl, Elf, and Static Prison. Jeez. Yeah, Tinybones back to Command Zone. I'm in danger. Ocelot Pride triggers. Ugh, that's not what I needed to draw. All right, Creature of the Schism, pass. Don't pay. Dang it. Ellivere buffs their creatures based on how many enchantments they have, so this Ocelot Pride's going to be big. Very Feign Tutor for Deluge, I guess, and Prey. Yeah, because Ocelot Pride's a 4/4 now. You have Death Touch, but it's too big. Okay, I'll take the 4. Oh, they get another roll, too. Gross. And they draw a card. Man. Yeah, Ellivere unchecked is crazy. They get another roll token. That's sick. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. GG. Holy cannoli. Those are 2 pretty fast games. I think I am going to side into Tourach here. Yeah. I think Tourach is probably better than my 1-drop, even though it will steal their little creatures. Tourach just seems better. 1 land. It's 2 lands. I should have kept that. Oh well. This hand's much better. Keep, put back, or just Gemstone. Yeah, I'll just put back the Gemstone. And then I'll go Tinybones, because if they play a 1-drop, I can Blood Chief's Thirst it, and then steal it. Got it. Lush Portico. Okay. Mike's favorite card in this stupid deck is Gilded Goose because it flies. Sickening Shoal's pretty good. Let's Dreadfuge you. Ocelot Pride and Ellivere is insane. Oh, Battler. I like Battler. I mean, it's got to just be the Voice of Victory. Although, I wish I had another land. I think it's actually the Battler. The Ward 2 is just, like, really annoying. And Tourach has pro-white. And if I draw a land, I can steal that stupid Battler. But I do need to draw a land. You got it. Draw a land. Draw a land. Come on, land. Yes, I'm the best. And I will steal their Voice of Victory. Okay. Pass, and I can Flare of Malice something else and steal that too. Or just steal their Battler. And Sickening Shoal with the Flare is X equals 4. But if I draw a land here, I probably just kick Tourach. All right. They pass with no play. Land? Long Goodbye. Long Goodbye still good. Combat. Flare attackers. We can always yield to the Voice of Victory. Look at Tinybones doing work after I sided him out. I will take your Battler. Well, this feels sick right now. Very cool. And Voice of Victory plus Bristlebane Battler. This is a thing I have done in my Peter Parker decks before. It's pretty cracked. I think I want a Sickening Shoal Ellivere. See what we draw first. Nature's Rhythm for 2. It's probably a Cub. Sanctifier. All right, I'll use the Flare of Malice. Have like the one of 3 answers in my deck to this. And then I'll cast the creature here to grow the battler. Go to combat. Player attacks. Attack you for a lot. This is 7. So they're at 5. And only being attacked with their creatures right now. Bones! We're stealing your bones! So they can go land Parallax Wave. Would be pretty atrocious. Yeah, that is what's going to happen. So now I do really want to draw a land. Well, this has Ward. You can't pay the Ward on this. So now Tourach just kills them. Okay, cool. Cast Tourach. This goes to 5. They can't exile it. They die. GG's. Round 4 on the draw again against Kalain. This is the second time I've seen Kalain recently. I wonder if this is the same player. I can cut her down. Arrowgoyf seems really good. I'll keep this because we can sack Tinybones, so just put a Barragoyf into play. They go fetch land, pass. I like drawing that land. Here's Tinybones. There's some sort of like Rakdos combo storm deck, which means I would like to draw some hand disruption sooner than later. They're dismembering my Tiny. I think they're dismembering my tiny bones. My tiny bones! Why, sir, why? There's no opposition agent in this list. And like I said, I trust Ian, but I want an opposition. So I think I just cast Nethergoyf and cut down Kalain. Oh, it's not Kalain. Artist Talent. Yeah, there's some sort of weird storm deck. I will suspend the Profane Tutor. Probably just look for Necrodominance. And I think I want to cast the Slasher. Yeah, you know what? They're probably some sort of World Gorger deck, because this has an ETB, right? Yeah, so but World Gorger combo gives you infinite mana anyway. I don't know what this Kalain deck is doing. And they just leveled up their Artist Talent. We can't really answer enchantments, sadly. Lily's probably really good. I'll do that and just start making them discard cards. Because I don't think I care about Kalain. I think I'll pitch the Slasher. They got rid of a land. Oh, I should have pitched the Cut Down. We have Lily. That was dumb. But I want these Goyfs to be bigger. So I'm thinking with the Profane Tutor, I get Grief, sack it to the tower, and cast both Goyfs. It's so hard to make a game plan when you just have no idea what the opponent's doing. And I really don't have any idea. Okay, there's a Ritual. So now we have an idea. There's Storm. Rakdos Storm. Wishclaw Talisman. That one's pretty good. Yeah, the Slasher hitting them for half their life probably would have been great. Maybe I should have just done that instead of Lily. I want to beat up their hand. They only have 1 card now. 1 card, 5 mana. Things cost less. I don't see a Reanimator target in their graveyard. We're going to fetch. Activating their Wishclaw. Can they go off from here? That seems crazy. What does Artist Talent do on its last thing? Just deals more damage. Alright, so they're going Cabal Ritual now. What is your 1 card in hand? I guess if it's Yogwill, Stark Petition. So they'll have 6 mana and a card. Storm is not lethal right now for Tendrils. A Demonic Tutor. Storm is 5. Yogwill might get them there. Okay. So now they can go Ritual again. We're up to 7 mana. Yeah, I think we're dead. Ritual. Storm is 8. Demonic Tutor Tendrils. Okay. GG. Got it. Yeah. Okay, so they're a Tendril Storm deck. Interesting. So they're just like, their commander's there to like just bank a mana. Now we get to be on the play. I think I should have sided into Sheoldred, but this is probably fine. Yeah, this hand looks great. So let's start with a Grief, and we'll pitch this Heartless Act that probably isn't going to matter at all. So you have a lot of mana, Tutor, another Tutor. You have to have Delirium for this. You just get a Demon. I think I just keep them off mana. Yeah, so I'll Sinkhole them next turn and then Mind Twist them the turn after that. I think they clicked through their land drop. Yeah, they clicked through their land drop. That sucks. Well, now I don't get to Sinkhole them, so actually that's pretty annoying for me. Cast Tiny, go to combat, player attackers. Yeah, they said they double F6'd. But I think now they're cooked. I also should have played this Malakir Rebirth tapped, but it's fine. We can play suboptimally. They go tapped land. I will Sinkhole that. Actually, I can steal their Pentad Prism first. I don't see why not. Just get it out of their graveyard, because they care a lot about their graveyard. Tiny bones, tiny bones, tiny bones, stealing prisms from your hose. I mean, I guess I missed a point of damage there by not Sinkholing first for the Goyf, but now I'm going to Mind Twist them. Just make them discard 2 cards at random. They shock in their Blood Crypt, and they cast a guy that creates treasures. I'll Hex him, and I think I'm going to Blight onto my Goyf, because that makes them cast more spells for their tendrils. And then we get to steal him, and then I'll pass. I would like to draw a land just to Mind Twist them again, but also, I don't know how good Sheoldred is here because they don't really draw cards. They just bottle stuff and tutor. This can be the Beseech the Queen. No, they're just casting this guy. You're a 1/2. I would like to draw a land just to make this Mind Twist bigger. Hey, full twist you. So discard 3 at random. Attack with these 2. They're going to block their own guy. I get a treasure. They're at 5. And I'll pass. Kill spell for Kalain probably gets it done. What did we even make them discard? The Desperate Ritual, the Beseech the Queen, and the Demonic Council. So we got the Ritual and both their tutors. Tight. Now they can do the rummaging thing. Creature of the Schism. Sure. I'll attack with everyone and use this Malakir Rebirth. Although I guess Sheoldred's really good against the Artist talent, maybe? Yeah, they would be dead if I hadn't done the, like, stupid Blight thing and stuff. But I was just thinking don't get comboed off immediately. So let's see if they can somehow make this happen from 3 cards in hand and 2 life. They Dread Fugue just to build Storm. And I guess it lets them rummage. Yes, I had no cards. Okay, game 3. Do I want Sheoldred? It gains life. I think I do want Sheoldred. And this might just be because I really like Sheoldred. Thoughtseize, kill spell. We can't, like, power out the Sheoldred, but we have 2 discard spells. I'll keep it. All of these targeted creature removal spells don't seem to matter much. They're going to Thoughtseize my Thoughtseize. You're allowed. Dust Bowl's probably pretty good. Swamp, pass. We'll see if Sheoldred's just maybe too slow here. That might be the case. Maybe I should have gone with Tourach, just for the make you discard 2 at random. Or I could have just stuck with Tinybones and had a creature in play. Ian, let me know. Let me know what I should have done here. Not really ever thinking about Storm. I think we just pass. I don't even want to kill this thing. They can use it for, like, a Culling the Weak or something. I'm wrong. If they have, you know, any of the sack your creature tutor things or ramp things, like a Diabolic Intent or Culling the Weak. There's a red one too. But I'll get to Thoughtseize them on this next turn. I think I like Heartless Act as a card. Probably the only downside is, like, Tifa. But the Tifa decks are all about making Tifa hard to remove anyway. They go Cabal Ritual. Dragons would be rough here. Necropotence. So now they don't even draw cards. So they do 5 with Necro. They'll have to discard 1. Discard a land. I can't start Dust Bowling them yet. Alright, I'll Thoughtseize them. Let's take the Yogwill for sure. Oh, it's 3 or greater anyway. Tight. Okay. Yeah, this card, mana value 3 or greater. Really nice to hit Yogwill there. Now I think I cast Sheoldred. Oh, right. I know their hand. I should probably look at it. Okay, so they've got a Night's Whisper. Now's probably the time to use it. Rite of Flame, Lightning Bolt. So Night's Whisper is kind of like their only action that I can see. They're just going to cast this lady again for mana. And then draw a bunch with Necro. Played the Marsh Flats. So Night's Whisper, if they want to use that now, puts them to 1. Barrogoyf. I'm less interested in that than Sheoldred because of this Night's Whisper. Maybe it should have just been Goyf for the life gain. Probably just Goyf for the life gain. But I can equip Sheoldred with Jite. And if they lose life this turn, then, like, if they, for whatever reason, want to go to 4, which I can't imagine what that would be, because it would leave them dead on board. Springleaf Drum. Okay, they got rid of the Night's Whisper. Contagion. Let's play this untapped. Contagion your guy. Pitch Lily. They redirect Lightning. Well, isn't that super annoying? Now Sheoldred's little. Lame. Could Dust Bowl them. They have so much mana, I don't think that matters. I'll cast the Goyf. Cast the Jite. Redirect Lightning. What a card. And then we'll just pass. I think they probably have to kill us this turn. That Redirect Lightning was very good, though. I probably should have gone to combat. I don't know. I never know what's right. I mean, morally speaking, yes, I'm pretty sure 100%. But Magic the Gathering is tricky. Morals, if you just think about them and live by the golden rule of treat others how you would like to be treated, morals aren't really that hard. People just... Thank you for coming to my philosophy class. Yeah, I should have just gone Jite equip. In hindsight, I wanted to clap them for 4. All right, it looks like they are going. There's the Rite of Flame. They only have 2 cards in hand. They're going to bolt Shishi. Shishi can go back to command zone. Grim Tutor. Can you get it done from here without your Yawgmoth's Will? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 mana is not enough for dragons. Oh, 6, 7. They might just have dragons here. Yeah, I think they're just going to make a bunch of dragons. Crap. Okay. That's pretty bad. How big are they? They are 7/7s. And they all fly. And I don't have Sheoldred mana. I do believe I have lost this game. They have to block with a dragon here. We gained 3. Jite gets some counters. Why are these 8/8s? What? Why is this an 8/8? That doesn't make sense. Oh, because the artifact mana was spent to cast it. Okay. So I have very little time to figure this out, if I can at all. The redirect lightning was a huge blowout. It was also avoidable. Nowhere in my mind was I thinking redirect lightning or untimely malfunction. We don't have a damnation in the list. Toxic Deluge is no longer good enough. They're not attacking for lethal. I'll go to 7. Soul Spike. I do not have 2 black cards. Soul Spike. That would have been so good. Still can't cast Sheoldred. They have more than lethal here. And I'll pass into their 20 flying power. And this can gain me 4. This can gain me 4. But they didn't attack for lethal last turn, so now they're going to. Gain 2 life. Gain 2 life. Become deceased. All right. GG's. All right. Storm. Maybe Tinybones would have been better. We wouldn't have really seen anything to steal. I think Tourach. Tourach should have been my get there. 5th and final round. Spider-Man 2099 again. Really like the Fatal Push and the Sickening Shoal. I'll keep. And we're just going to jam Tinybones into play on 1 here. And I'm going to lead on the fetch land around a Stifle effect. There is a card they could have. That would be very annoying. Please do not have it. Yay, no Mental Misstep. Hooray! We're in there. They go Preordain. That is allowed. Tinybones should be able to cast any card, not just permanents. Because the bones of your deck aren't just your creatures and planeswalkers and artifacts and enchantments. They're in fact all of your spells. I'm just here to steal your bones. This is deranged. Spell the Profane, play it tap, Grief You, pitching Harvester of Miseries or Sickening Shoal. I'll pitch the Harvester, see what you're working with. Sickening Shoal being an instant just makes me want it more. I think it's the Petty Theft. Yeah, it's the Petty Theft. Card's annoying. Although Click can take the Fatal Push. I might have done messed up. But we have 2 instant speed removal spells. This is fine. They have their Swarm Yard, which is pretty annoying. I can steal their Brazen Borrower, but I think I'm less interested in that than just putting Graveyard Trespasser into play. And I'm just going to drain them. What to do? They're at 17, and I'll pass. We fetch down to 16. All right, Soul Spike. I'm going to play out my land, declare attackers. I'm going to attack with both. Eat your Preordain, and they're going to flash in the Tidebinder after the ability resolves. Okay. Oh, no, with the ability on the stack. Got it. Yes, that makes sense. Who would you like to block? You want to block Tinybones. He has Death Touch. They don't want to trade. Okay. I will deal my damage and pass. They're at 11. My bones are tiny. That's why I have to steal yours so I can be a big bone. I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all. Oh, no. So they can go Swarm Yard, cast Spider-Man. I go to Fatal Push him. They regenerate, and then I Sickening Shoal. I think if I'm them, I would have blocked the Trespasser. But also, I'm not them. So, all right, here's Spidey. They have no red mana up. So let's push him. So then I pushed him. They go Counterspell. You got it. I'll Sickening Shoal him. Because I don't want to lose Tinybones for no reason. And then do you want to get in for 3? Oh, please leave Spider-Man in the command zone. Or in the graveyard, I mean. Leave him in the graveyard. I draw a kill spell. That's the dream right now. I need to draw a kill spell. Kill spell. Man. So when you use Lily, is it you return a creature from your graveyard to your hand? So it's not from the milled card. We'll go to combat, declare attackers. Attack with both. This also just stinks of Detective's Phoenix. They're going to block Tiny. No to putting him in the command zone. Go Lily and pick him up. There's also Moonshadow. No, I just want to pick Tiny up and recast him. How do you get Spider-Man? Why did they leave him in the graveyard? I don't have any cards for you to click. I'm so curious about this choice. Murktide. Okay, that's why. That makes sense now. So you're 5/5. I can make you 3/4. They tapped out of Lit. Okay. Land is not what I was looking for. Attack you with Tiny. They take the 1. And I'll play my land and pass. So this turn they can kill Liliana with the Murktide and then kill Tinybones with Spider-Man. And I don't love that for me. Yeah. Looks like that's what's likely to happen. Yes, do not tap your Swarm Yard. All right, here's Spidey. That probably just shoots down Tiny. And a Reckless Charge on him post-combat. Okay, or discard a card. What did you discard? They discarded the Click. Edict. Edict. Probably just sack the Murktide. I'll Edict you. They did sack the Murktide. Now they can flash back the Reckless Charge and deal us 15. So I need to keep Tiny as a blocker here. EIEIO. That card's good. They play Otawara as their land. They do not Reckless Charge. They don't have to. That's right. Because of Iteration. Tiny dies. Yes to command zone. What can I draw here? I mean, it's probably not bad, but I'll cast it. They go Flame of Anor. Draw 2. That is what I would have taken. And then an Archmage's Charm. Cool. All right, well, here's Tiny again. Have a blocker. And they have a daze, so we die? I think we die now. Because they flash back, Reckless Charge, attack us for 10, shoot us for 5? Yeah, GG. All right, siding into Sheoldred. Tinybones is sweet, though. Like, I now just keep sideboarding into Sheoldred, but Tinybones is sick. And we saw against Ellivere, Tinybones went nuts. It's really hoping for, like, a City of Traders or something. I think this is fine, though. We have so much interaction for Spidey. I'm just going to lead on the Dreadfugue and be great at Magic and draw lands. All right, they have Mulligan to 6. Fetch around Stifle. And let's Dreadfugue you. See what you're working with. All right, their hand's not very good. Take the Wild Ride. Yeah, their hand's not very good at all. I guess Tidebinder countering Sheoldred's trigger is annoying, but then we just kill it. Draw lands from here on. Lands? Oh, baby. I'm just going to play this tapped land and pass the turn. They surveilled away a mountain as well. Important to note, Culling the Weak doesn't actually do anything. Play Takanuma. There are no instants in the graveyard. So I'm going to cast this Goyf. They fetch in response and mana leak him. They found a mana leak. Lame. Lame. Opponent? Lame. It's not your fault that you're lame, but you're lame. So now I need to draw land. Land. It's not a land. It is a castable thing, though. And then next turn I can skateboard, tap something down, Culling the Weak, this idiot, Hasty Sheoldred. 2/4 Death Touch, though. And they do not have the mana value to go Spidey Phoenix is important. Flame of Anor, drawing 2. Now they do. That stinks for me. Yeah, that stinks for me. All right, well, we're going to lose the Preacher, but we do get to kill Spider-Man and Hasty Sheoldred. Oh, they just... Wait, they had the frickin' Reckless Charge too? Oh my god. Are we dead? 14. I'm dead. Wow. They drew really, really well. And they're allowed to. That just... Their opening hand was so bad. All right, GG. Man, I thought I draw hot sometimes. But that happens. That's not a big deal. All right, so that is a 2-3 finish with Ian's Tinybones the Pickpocket mono black. The deck is good. I think it is good. And Tinybones is really, really cool. I don't think it's better than just playing Sheoldred in the command zone personally, but having a 1-drop that does get cards is really, really strong. So round 1 against 2099, the Sheoldred sideboard plan really worked, mostly because of City of Traders, but Sheoldred felt good into that matchup. Tinybones was fine. But I think just like mono black has tools against everything but artifacts and enchantments. Round 2 against Tasigur, I think I could have won that match. A couple bad misclicks. I think that actually might be a stay with Tinybones matchup. I thought Ian had said Tasigur in the sideboardy thing, but when I looked back at our Discord messages, he had not. So I think maybe I was supposed to stay with Tinybones there. Ellivere, they scooped to the animate dead on their bright glass, and then they just absolutely annihilated us with an Ocelot Pride. And then Tinybones stole all their good creatures, and we ran them back over. So that was the match, I think, where we really saw like how good Tinybones can be. Match 4 against Rakdos Storm. I think I should have used Tourach as a commander. Just in hindsight, like him to Touraching them is very good. And it's not like they have counter magic. So when I think of Tourach, I think of protection from white, but I think having the him to Tourach in the command zone can be just as useful. And then that last match against Spider-Man, they had all the tools game 1. Game 2, I looked at their opener and was like, oh yeah, we got this. And then just annihilated us. And, I did tap out of the removal spells that I had, but just thought it was fine. So that's the power of Spider-Man. Like their good draws are incredible. But I don't think that matches any sort of knock against this deck. That's just the way Magic goes. So I really like this deck. I think I would just play Sheoldred, but this one has some really cool tools. So Ian, I hope you enjoyed this. Everyone, if you're still here and hanging out, thank you so much for dueling with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.